And with that, Rentarou became a man. I wonder if they'll actually address that in the 12th episode. I personally kind of want them to just never address it again. Like, it ends this episode with Rentarou going with Hahari and becoming a man, question mark, and then just cut in the next episode and never address it. Never. I know that they want to, like, the next episode will open up where Rentarou's like, nah, we didn't actually do it. But it'd be so great if they just never address it. Never tell us if it actually happened or not. It would be so, so good. But yeah, episode 11 of 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. I have to make sure I say that, otherwise they'll say that I'm a liar, which is great. They actually made that tagline in this episode with the truth machine. You can't just say that you love somebody. You have to say it 5 times before it actually is true. Really fantastic episode. As per usual, Karane absolutely stole the episode. I don't know how they do it every single episode, but it seems like she always steals the episode. We always have a cute moment with Shizuka, and then we have Karane just being absolutely hilarious. And yes, I do agree with her. I think there's an element in this mansion, like the infection of thirst. That's what it is. Karane is right. It's got the infection of curse in that mansion. But no, I love the episode. I think they did technically touch on some obviously very difficult subjects here, and I think they did a good job of skirting it enough that it wasn't disrespectful of it. Because yes, having this episode, having Hikari want to go leap to her death. But I think they did it well. They kept it serious in that moment, and they kept it serious all the way to the end, and they punchlined it with an aspect of having one of the other characters extremely angry at her. Karane being extremely angry at Hikari for willing to do that. It was a difficult subject, and I think Hakari's driving force for it does technically make sense, and the idea that if you love somebody so much, and you know that them being with you is only going to hurt them, and there's no way around it. And yes, it makes sense to Hikari. My mother is never going to leave us alone. There's no way it's going to happen. And if we run away together, it's only going to harm you. So the best thing for you is to not have me around. And equally on his side, no matter what, I want you around. So I don't need to do that. If you leave, technically, if you do this, that would ruin me. That's what I don't want. If you want to make me happy, don't leave me, because I'll never be happy again. It was a really good way to kind of book in that whole segment. And like I said, I don't know how they survive. Like, he pushes himself and goes in the pond. And for some reason, this rich person pond is like 20 feet deep. It's like this little small pond, but it's super deep. I was kind of surprised they didn't point that out. But yeah, her coming out of that and then just Karane coming up and just smack. It was like, oof. I understand, because by all accounts, these girls love each other just as much as they love Rentarou. And I've always loved that aspect. It's the sister-wife kind of thing, not being in competition with each other, which is refreshing for this as a harem. They're not yes, early on, technically Karane and Hikari had some fun little spouts, but overall, these girls are wives of each other's. They have a really strong bond, and especially Hikari and Karane. It always seems like the two of them just have like a really strong bond with each other. Yes, because they kissed. Because everybody is shipping the two of them. Rentarou is a good person, but we're all technically shipping Karane and Hikari. The two of them love each other, and that's something that's going to really hurt Karane. And I like that, having that expression of that, almost like a never do it again kind of thing. Why'd you do that? Don't ever do that again. It hurt her. Karane thought that she lost her, and that's the important thing that comes from it. So, super good. But I do have to admit that when they all went out there and jumped into the pond, I immediately was like, wait, Shizuka can't. Okay, good. They actually turned that into a joke. Shizuka just jumped in there. Again, willing to do that just to protect them. Shizuka jumps in there without even a hesitation, even though she can't swim. So, Kuzumi has to go back and drag her out of it. I got a huge kick out of that. I also like that behind the bushes where they're yelling, "Don't do it," and they're saying, "Meow, don't do it," because they're still playing as cats over there. The guard turns around and goes, "Not right now, cat." It was super good. Like another play off of the joke they were doing in the previous episode. It was super good. But I got super ahead of myself. Yes, I love the whole opening segment with. I like that they did a recap, and the recap is literally, "This is how mom was. This is how mom's now. Let's continue." It's like a recap that's like literally that quick. But yes, her doing the lie detector to make sure that they're not lying, and obviously putting Karane in that situation, which I love how Rentarou at some point has to point out, because she's like, "Why are these so difficult for you to answer?" Well, she's a tsundere, and that makes her super cute. Karane having to talk about her cup size and then talk about love. And like I said, the punchline being that they have to express it in the title, which is a cute little thing to kind of add in there. And then have Rentarou have to explain how much he loves Hikari and have to do this massive recap. Just the quick version because he just went on and on. It was super good. But yeah, after everything wraps up, having that little moment where, yes, he expresses to the mother that, you know, you did all this stuff, willing to even make your daughter hate you just to protect her. And that's why he loves her. And equally, from her perspective, apparently, because he likes Rentarou because he's super cute. And we finally get the reveal to Hyakkano that, yes, your mom is thirsty for your boyfriend. And everybody has to point out, yes, we're going the MILF route. Every single one of them have to point out, we're going that route. And then, yes, we have this little brief moment where they have fun and get together. Because now that the mother has accepted it, she seems to be openly accepting of all of them. And so she wants to have cute, fun time with all of them. So we have to have a whole bath together, have all the comparisons happen. Obviously, Karane gets uncomfortable and has to leave. But yes, the next spicy moment with Karane going back to the room and Rentarou noticing her belly and then immediately makes her realize, you knew the whole time when we were doing that whole thing. He's like, yeah, I didn't want to say anything because we'd fall. And yes, her jumping on him and getting payback. Because you know the best way to get back at Rentarou for touching your belly is to touch his belly. Because he's totally going to be mad about that, right? I was a little bit upset that, of course, Kusiri has to walk into it, but it was a very spicy shot. Just her being on top of him was like enough shock for me, but I was like, yes, let's do this. Then we get the little pajama party, which was super cute. I obviously all the girls look great, and then of course having Kusiri and Shizuka looking absolutely adorable. Love it to death. And then wrap everything up with Hahari making her move on Rentarou. Like I said, just don't address it. Please, next episode, just please don't address it. Just leave it there and never get into it again. It didn't look like Rentarou was against it. He was like, okay, let's do this. Just don't address it. Just leave it there. Let it set. Absolutely love the ED. We got a special ED with Hahari just going absolutely crazy on the vocals. Unfortunately, none of it was translated for the Crunchyroll version, but it was a fantastic ED. Great little shots of all the characters. The one thing that has me puzzled, and I'm not going to let this go, and I'm going to go on some crazy theories here, is there one extra character in one of the shots. Now, yes, looks exactly like Hahari. It shows Hahari in the middle, it has Hyakkano on the right, then you have all the girls on the left, and then Shizuka on the right. And Shizuka is being addressed by some sort of floating individual. Looks exactly like Hahari, but purple hair. Even has the flowers in her hair, even the ringlets and all that kind of stuff, but it's purple. Now, I don't know if that's like a symbolism or something else, like this is another version of Hahari that's coming down towards Shizuka, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's an aunt of Hyakkano that we're going to get later on that's going to be super after Shizuka. I don't know. I was at first I thought it might be Nano's mother or something like that, but it was very much so purple, whereas Nano has like more of a silvery hair. So I think it might either be Hahari in a different version or possibly an aunt. But I don't know. The manga readers will probably know. You don't have to tell me. But I thought that was kind of an interesting little thing thrown in there. Because, I mean, yes, it technically does open the door for me when I seen that. And my mind went that direction of an aunt. Or actually at first thinking it was Nano. Yes, I have a theory that we could technically do that with all the girls. Like every single one of them, their mother has some sort of situation where they don't have a husband anymore, and Rentarou becomes the replacement. So we go to Shizuka and we find out, yes, we've already seen Shizuka's mom. She was being like really mean to her. Maybe she doesn't have a husband, and so Rentarou takes her. And then we have Karane's mother, and then we have Nano's mother, and then we have Kusuri's mother. He just gets all of the mothers, just full on MILF route. Pair them all up. It's kind of disturbing. I mean, Hahari's worked because she never technically bed the guy and he's gone. But I don't know, it could do with all the other ones. Just have them accidents or just they ran away or something like that. But we'll see. I also like the fact that Karane always has to point out the rich thing again still. Is this what a rich mother is like? Super good, though. Fantastic episode 11. I think we only have like one more episode. Yeah, we only have one more episode. So if we are going to get an aunt or something like that, it's got to be quick, but probably not. I think they're probably just going to wrap things up with just having a fun shenanigans episode with everybody together, but we'll see. But that's my thoughts on episode 11 of 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure that like button down below, comment, let me know what you thought of the episode. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button to get my content. I news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks, membership button down below. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate everybody it does. And y'all take care.